Alright guys, so our Challenger finished out at 443 horsepower, 495 foot-pounds of torque. Nice looking graph. Runner control valves almost completely tuned out. She's certified ripping. Looking forward to doing some more work on this thing. Hopefully the long tubes are just the beginning of a fantastic build. So this one's all wrapped up. Get her on back to the customer. On to the next one. Alright guys, as you can see, our Project C10 is back on the dyno. We're going to dive in, get our fuel system done on this Johnny, so we can dyno it, get her on back to the customer finally. It's been a long project, we've been waiting on parts, and this thing's all custom, so it's been very exciting, very fun to work on. So, we also got this Hellcat in this morning, and as you can see, Gio has made it in today. I told him I was here earlier than everybody today, so I couldn't introduce you, but now you're here. So. And what we're doing to this Hellcat is the fuel sensor has gone out, so we've got a new rail for him. We're going to get that replaced. Gio's going to knock that out, and I'll show you guys that shortly. In the meantime, look at Nala sitting there, pretty girl. Got our fuel pressure regulator and a bunch more goodies, to include a bunch of vibrant goodies in here. This is the old steering wheel that we took off of it. Yeah, we got some goodies in here. So let's dive in, get them put on the truck. So guys, I didn't film a whole bunch yesterday afternoon, but let me show you what we got. Boom! The car that started it all, the Hellcat, is back on the dyno. Malcolm has brought it in today because he changed the boost controller on this car. So we're going to retune it for pump gas in E85 with the new boost controller. This is the car that went 193.2 at the Texas mile. Malcolm has since swapped everything over to that blue car that you guys have seen that went 200 mile an hour at the Texas mile. So this one is more just the daily driver now, but good power. It is a stock motor stage 3 car that makes in the realm of the 400s. So we're going to redial that car in. We'll get further along on our single turbo Charger today. I've just got to finish building the intercooler pipes on this side, do the fuel injectors and the map sensor, and then that car can start. And then Bowser, as you can see, Gio's been diligently working on our fuel lines, making getting our 4 innovation systems set up on this thing. So keep trugging along on this thing, see if we can't get it running this week, maybe get it on the dyno. That'd be exciting. So let's dive in and get tuning on Malcolm's car, see where we end up. So guys, unfortunately our dyno session has come to an end due to the culprit of fuel pump. So as you just seen in the video, the fuel pressure was dropping. So we're stopping here. Malcolm's going to upgrade to a bigger pump in the tank, and then we'll finish tuning this thing remotely. I'll show you guys where I finished out here in a little bit. Battery's about to die, so I'm gonna go charge it and then we'll see the numbers. Picking up the camera on the next day, put it on the charge, and then we got busy, forgot all about it. But anyways, as you can see, Mac is gone. Like I was saying, we had a fuel pressure issue, so Mac is going to go back home. He's going to put a Walboro 425 in the tank, do some upgraded wiring, and then we'll finish it up remotely. But we'll see that car again In the meantime, we should get our ECU back for our TRX today. If we do, this afternoon I'll knock out the tuning on that one. I don't think that one's hitting the rolls though. And then our fittings should be in for our S10 today, so we could potentially put those on and get most of the fuel system wrapped up. Then we just need to do the wiring, and then that Johnny will be ready to hit the dyno. Well, there's two other small things to address, but I'll go over that. And then same with our turbo car. We got our ECU back, it's unlocked, it's installed, smart access cables installed, injectors installed, map sensor installed. I went ahead and welded on the blow-off valve yesterday, so that's all wrapped up. All the piping's on, all the clamps are on. Just need to make some mounts there for the intercooler, and the clamp for our downpipe broke, so got a new one. It'll be here today. I spoke with the customer about what he wants to do with the wastegate. He said turn it up, we're gonna shoot it out to the hood. I don't have the hood, so I'm gonna just turn it up. This thing will probably be a two-part, so we've got it a lot tidier and cleaned up and ready to make power. There is a few things that are weird though. So I love it when you are in an industry that you are very familiar with and you get educated. That's always great when you get to expand your knowledge and learn new things. And I learned something new with that car. So 21s, 22s, and 23s have different fuel sending units and fuel pump setups than what I'm used to seeing. As far as any of them, from 2003, which is the style 1, all the way up till you get into 2014 and 15-ish, where you go to style 2, and apparently now 21 through 23, and in some cases you run into, this car's a 20, but it has the 21 fuel system in it, which is pretty common in the industry. I like to call them, because I'm mean, bastard year model cars, where the auto manufacturer starts throwing in stuff that they're going to put in the next following model year, see if it works. So we were unable to just do what we traditionally would do, and that's put a Walboro pump in the tank, and that would be adequate enough for the 500 horsepower that that gentleman's trying to make on that turbo kit for now. Unfortunately, we're not able to do that. So I want to speak with him in the morning here, and recommend we just do a booster pump. That's what Whipple and Pro Chargers do for the brand new ones, because they don't want to mess with that fuel system either. Cost wise, we could definitely go with like a 4 Innovations, or I think Aeromotive even makes one that fits. So we'll look into that and discuss that with the customer, but the quick and dirty solution now is to just do a booster pump. So that's probably what we'll do. I'll talk with him. Don't really have any updates on Royce's. We haven't been touching it. Just been really busy trying to bang out some of these other projects that were that have been here for a while. We're getting really close on Bowser as well. So Gio was very diligent and worked hard on the fuel system on that yesterday, and I believe all the lines, fittings, and hoses, fuel rails, and all that jazz is all wrapped up on that car. We are just needing to finish the wiring. So it is a 4 Innovations kit with the FC3 controller, so there is a hop switch and some other things that we need to get wired up on that, but we're going to get rocking and rolling soon. In the meantime, we have another one of our American Muscle Connection vehicles that has been dropped off for a job, and that is this beautiful CL1 Camaro 2017. And what we are doing is we're going to be installing a clutch. Let's go ahead and open this box up and see what we're working with. So as you guys can see, we have a monster clutch. This is what's going into this thing. So that's exciting. We're going to get to it. Woo-hoo-hoo! It is time. Strap this thing down and make a tug. Now, everything is wrapped up. There's a few small things the customer will come back for that we need to address that we weren't able to address this time around, to include
A wastegate dump out of the hood. We don't have the hood, so we're not able to measure that and cut that out. So we'll do that, and then same with the front bumper. The exhaust, we got to cut that out. We're gonna do something, clean that up a little bit. This car was out driving with the hood and front bumper off since the customer started the turbo kit, so that's why everything's rusted. But no worries, rust actually kind of looks cool if you do it right. But yeah, the intercooler piping is all situated. Wastegate's on, downpipe was on. The oil lines, feed line, return line. It's got some vacuum lines kind of ran. It's temporary / permanent until we get a vacuum distribution block for the car, and then we'll redo all the vacuum lines. But blow-off valves hooked up and it's working. Wastegate's hooked up, it's working. We made these intercooler brackets, welded them to the crash bar. Ooh, watch out, your boy Cole. That's all good and wrapped up. So we'll go ahead and get this thing strapped down and see how much boost we can get away with on the fuel system. The end goal is 10 pounds, but right now we don't have a fuel pump upgrade. So I'm gonna recommend to the customer we at least get a booster pump, and then we'll go from there. But we're gonna go ahead and strap it down, get it tuned so it can run and drive, so we can take it home, and then we'll bring it back to finish it off. But I'm excited. This has been a fun one. I love turboing these Hemi cars. Can't wait to do more. You know, we got Hector's car out there beating the streets. We got Johnny's car beating the streets out there, twin turbo. Soon have the single 5.7 out there. And then I got something in the works you guys don't know about yet. So Gio has been diligently working over here on our ZL1 Camaro, getting the transmission out of this thing so we can go ahead and get our new monster clutch installed. But Gio's learning very quickly these higher end Camaros got a bunch of extra shit, to include, you know, trans cooler, diff cooler, and so on, for the, even though it's a manual. So it's something different that you don't see like in the Hemi cars, and you don't see in your lower trim models like your standard SS's, or not all your GM stuff has all those coolers. So gotta love learning, expanding your knowledge. So let's get this thing strapped in and dive into a little tuning. So guys, I did make a pull. I got it on the 360 camera. I didn't get it on this camera. Hopefully I get it in the video. If I do, boom, here it is. And in case I didn't, let me get you an update. So we made one pull, made 414 horsepower. I don't remember the torque. Immediately broke up. So as you can see, got this side out, and I just finished gapping the spark plugs and putting them back. I gotta tighten them back down and put the coils back in. And then on this side, unfortunately, as you can see, there's a little bit of extra work that has to happen. So I've been having the fan run on this a little bit, which it's still scalding hot. But hopefully I can just undo that V-band and kind of give a little skirt out of the way so I can get these plugs out, so I can tighten the gap, and we can make another pull. And hopefully it's a clean one. So far I haven't ran out of fuel yet. I've seen 7 PSI in the log on the first run before I broke up, so we'll see what happens. Alright guys, so we've got these spark plugs gapped. Let's try to make another run, see if we can make a clean pull. So guys, as you've seen, this thing is ripping and fuel doesn't seem to be running away. It's making about 7 pounds of boost. And let me show you the power. Woo! 515 horsepower, 539 foot-pounds of torque. Really good looking ground. Super excited about that. And we got our ECU back for our TRX, which I've already popped that in, got into the ECU and turned the governor off, which is all the customer wanted done right now. He'll be back for a full tune. And we'll also be doing holding pulley, upper pulley, greenback belt, thermostat, and a few other small mods. But we should pick up like 100 horsepower. Be exciting. So stay tuned for when the TRX comes back. But let's take both these out on the test drive and see how they do. So guys, as you can see, our Camaro's all wrapped up. Took it on test drive. Certified ripper. You see our TRX is gone. Customers already picked that up because got that one knocked out. And as you see, the turbocharger is gone. Joel has picked up as well. Super excited. I'm not sure if I showed numbers. I think I did. That car made 515. And that's exactly what he wanted. He wanted 500 horsepower. So he's happy. You guys, like I said, we'll see that car again. We've got a little version 2 / wrap up that we're doing on that, getting the hood and the front bumper back on. In the meantime, let's dive into getting our wiring harness on our C10. Alright guys, so it is the end of the day on our happy little Friday, but unfortunately we did not get as much accomplished as we wanted to. But our ZL1 Camaro, gone. Our turbocharger, gone. And our TRX, gone. We still have the fuel system to wrap up here on Bowser and a few other odds and ends. We'll have to wait until next week for that. And then same with our Project C10. We've got our pumps done and we've got our fuel system at about 90%. We just have to finish our pump wiring, and hopefully you guys will see that thing hit the rolls Monday. We'll try to get that knocked out. But that's going to do it for this week's episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed the content. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you on the next episode. Peace.